you have enough fish coins in your fish coin wallet. If not, you can choose from any of the fish coin packages. Once you've done this, you can click on Active Maps and search for any active players anywhere in the world. You can click on them to see their profile and stats. From here, you can send them a game request. Now all you need to do is set up the game. Choose how many fish coins you want to play for, then send request. This will notify the player with a sound, and that player can choose to accept or decline the game request. The player accepted, and now you have a 1 hour fishing competition between each other for the fish coin prize pot. When you catch a fish, take a picture of that fish, and this will give you a fish score in fish coins and a bonus for small, medium or large. The opponent will get a notification whenever a fish has been caught. All fish caught during the game are scored accordingly. The last 10 minutes of the game, all fish scores are worth double fish coins. At the end of the game, the player with the most fish coin score wins the prize pot. And can share it on any social media platform. Welcome to the new fish coin game.
Welcome to Fly Fish Live Series 2. Here are your competitors for Sector 3. Representing Sweden, Jonas Olson. Representing the USA, Danny Sizek. Representing Ireland, Graham Reynolds. Representing the USA, Kirk Lewis. These 4 fly fishermen will fight it out for a chance to compete in the World Final in Ireland next year. Good luck, guys.
All right, g'day guys. Welcome back to Fly Fish Live Series 2, Sector 3. And we're here with the first game of Sector 3. And it's between Jonas Olson over there in Sweden up against Graham Reynolds, who's living in Sweden but representing Ireland. Now, these guys are going to be fishing up north of Sweden. And there's a little catch to this game. Is they actually had a lot of trouble find their camera crew. So what we've done, we've gone to the judges and we've come up with a little plan just for the first game. And what's going to happen is they're going to fish 30 minutes each and they're going to film each other that way. And it's going to be 30-minute each hit out. And this will determine who they play tomorrow. So the winner will go on and play the winner of the second game today, and the loser will play the loser of the second game today, which could determine who makes it to the World Final next year and who doesn't. But we want to say, make sure you give our socials a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, make sure you do. But we've got a special guest with us today. He is also from Sweden, a young gun from the Swedish team, and he's just got back from the Worlds over in Fitzmoose, and it's Eric Carlson. Eric, mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, mate. So where was that your first? You just come back from the Fitzmoose World Fly Fishing Championships in Finland, and how did you go?
Yeah, our team came at ninth place, and I was 38 as individual.
That's a top effort, mate. And that was your first world, I believe?
Yeah, it was my first world championship.
Were you happy with that one?
Yeah, I was very happy.
Nice.
I thought I was going to come last, but yeah.
Awesome, man. And I know the lakes over there were pretty tough. That was the toughest part of it.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Nice. Well, welcome today, mate. And you know these competitors quite well. I know you know Jonas because you.
Yeah, I know Jonas, but yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping on. We'll cross over to Jonas Olson straight away. Jonas, mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good, buddy. Now, how's the weather looking over there?
Yeah, it's a bit cloudy, bit foggy, but no wind stuff, so it's perfect.
And whereabouts are you? Like, exactly?
Yeah, we are in Dalarna and in Malung and fishing the Västerdalälven. So it's in the middle of Sweden, you can say.
Yeah.
So if you watched a game last year with Marcus, it's the same river he was on.
Okay, exactly the same spot, or?
No, not today.
Not today.
No.
Awesome. Now, due to this 30-minute game for both of you, what sort of numbers are you hoping for?
Anything between 10 and 20, maybe. It depends.
And how's practice been?
Practice has been good. We had a half day yesterday. We caught a lot of fish, and this morning we caught some fish here, but then we stopped just to let it be. So we'll see if we caught the fish that were here or we find more.
Yep. All right. Well, good luck, mate. And as soon as we spoke to Graham, we will be tossing, probably not a coin, but something else to decide who goes first. We want to say a big thanks to our sponsors. We've got Piscari Fly. If you're looking for some flies, make sure you get onto them. They've got some great stuff. Syndicate, and also Gibflix Brad behind the scenes does a lot of work that you guys don't know about, but he does an amazing job down there in Melbourne, Australia. And we want to welcome back Icon Fishing Products. They were with us in Series 1, and they have some of the best landing nets in the business. So if you need a landing net, make sure you check out Icon Fishing Products. And they've also got some other great gear as well. So let's cross back over to Graham.
Hey, Josh,
Graham,
how are you?
mate. Good, buddy. How you feeling?
Ready.
You ready?
Going into this as the underdog. Yeah, I've taken some tips without him telling me. So, river looks good, perfect levels, and we've picked up a few this morning. Yeah, it's going to be an intense 2.5 hours, Josh.
Yeah, awesome. And
So we're ready. We're ready.
Before I do the toss, who would you like to see go first?
I think I'd like to see Jonas go first, actually.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fishing in it. I don't think it really matters to us, really. We have a couple of our own little rules here, you know, gentleman rules that we've picked out certain areas of the river, so we get an equal level playing field. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, what we'll do is I don't have a coin on me, but we have a box of matches. We're going to do a little bit different style today.
Is it a full box of matches, Josh?
No, mate, it's not. So that might determine what you call for. But if Jonas is in the picture as well. All right, so we've got a green side. I think you can see that, and a white side. Who wants to call?
I'll take the green side for Ireland.
All right, green for Ireland. Here it goes. And that's green. What do you want to do? Do you want to go first, or do you want Jonas to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Sweet.
Maybe.
All right, so Graham's going to hit it out first for 30 minutes and see what he can get. And then Jonas has got a target to try and beat. So, all right. We'll let you guys get off and get ready. We'll be with you in a minute. We won't be long, and we'll get this game underway. So let's go back to Eric. Eric, mate.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win this one?
Yeah, I know Jonas is very, very good, but it depends on. I think it depends on who finds. If you find a shoal of small drilling, it's pretty much a win there.
And 30 minutes is a pretty.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, you can. It depends on a lot of things. It's very hard to say.
And have you fished this area before where they are?
Yeah, I have.
Awesome. Well, do you think Graham's got an advantage for going first?
Yeah, I think so. But Jonas is probably going to pick up some things about like how the fish behaves right now. So I think it's also an advantage to be after someone. Actually,
so just before we go back to them, as a competitive fly fisher yourself, do you think Jonas will end up fishing the same holes as Graham, or will he see where Graham is and then go to different spots in that river as they're fishing the same area?
Yeah, I think he will go to similar spots first, and then go to the other spots. I think I will do that at least. But if the fish are in like fast shallow waters, you fish fast shallow waters. That's no one has fished before, or big pools or something. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll get straight on to this game. Having a little bit of trouble with this scoreboard. I'll just get 0 up for Graham. But all right, we'll get straight into the game. Are you ready down there? Jonas, is Graham ready down there? I'm not sure if you can hear us. Can you hear us?
Now. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Cool. Is Graham
Yeah, we are
ready?
ready. Yeah, he's ready.
All right, I'll count down from 3, and then away we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and away you go.
Go.
All right, so we've got 30 minutes. We don't see the clock at the minute, but we have the clock running at the moment. So looking at this river, Eric, is the water looking pretty high there, or?
No, it's low water. I think it's very good condition. If it's too high water there, it's very, very, very hard to fish there.
Yeah. And from your experience, are there like deep holes there, or is it sort of level right across?
There should be some big pools, yes, and the main where the main flow is, I think it's pretty deep as well.
Yeah. So at the moment we're 40 seconds in, and what time do you reckon Graham's going to get his first one? 2 minutes?
It looks like he's moving out a little bit, so maybe next 30 seconds, I'm guessing.
1 minute gone. Oh, we got the clock. It's up. That's good. Jonas, can you hear us, mate?
Yeah, I can.
Has Graham started where you would start? Is this where you'd start in the river?
Yeah, I would start here.
Well,
but maybe a little bit different.
Yeah. And Eric, as a young competitive fly fisher, what age did you start at?
I started competing when I was. I had my first competition in 2017.
Okay, so just been in the comps for 4 years. Nice work.
Yeah, it actually went very, very well at my first competition. I think I came fifth place in like the seniors with them. So
nice. And and your first competition, when you went in it, did you have any expectations? Were you a bit nervous, or you?
Yeah, I was very nervous. Yeah.
For anyone getting into or want to have a go at competition fly fishing, you highly recommend it. Do you just throw yourself in and just have one go and not matter where you come, or?
I think like you need to have like that like a competition mind. I don't know what the English word for it, but like you need to think it's fun to compete if you want to compete in fly fishing. But when you compete, I think you develop much as an angler and learn new techniques and way, and it's like it's another way of fishing than most people are used to.
Yeah, and with the Fly Fish Live, it's 1 hour competition. We were going to see you in Sector 3. Unfortunately, a few things happened that didn't make it. But were you practicing a lot for Fly Fish Live?
Yeah, I was practicing a lot. I had in a stream in Östersund in northern Sweden where I practiced. I had 3 weeks there non-stop.
No, we haven't. Graham hasn't scored yet, and we've seen a lot of slow start in Fly Fish Live, but it only takes that one little pull, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think if you can find like maybe 4 or 5 fishes in one spot, I think that's a very good start. But yeah, I think Jonas is very happy now.
No, I'm nervous for Graham.
Graham said before he's aiming for 3 to 5 fish. Do you think 3 to 5 fish might give him a chance up against Jonas?
No, I don't think. I think he probably needs maybe 10 fish, but like if the fishing is very bad, he might get away with 3 or 4 fish. It's very hard to say.
And Jonas, if we cross over to you, mate, what sort of setup is Graham using?
He has a 10-foot 4-weight and fishing 3 flies.
Yeah.
3 nymphs, 2 16s and 1 14.
Do you think will we see you use a dry fly today?
No,
No.
no, no.
Quick answer.
That will never happen.
We've got Peter Driver jumped on. Good luck, lads. Dave O'Donovan now, hey mate. Hi everyone, he says, and Florent over there in Australia says hi guys. But Eric, what do you think this 1 hour competition, as you're doing a bit of practice for it, do you think this really sort of improves your fishing, aiming for that 1 hour?
Yeah, I think you like practice like on the stress level and like mental things. I think it's it's very good for like me. I think normally it's like at the Worlds it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very good practice.
And with that, when you went to the Worlds after practicing for Fly Fish Live, that 3 hours did it seem longer than normal once you're practicing for 1 hour at a time?
Yeah, I didn't think that much of the time. I just knew what I was going to do and then did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very prepared and quite confident. But I was very nervous as well because I didn't know how, like if the guy next to you catches 100 fish and you like, yeah, I'm happy with 10. It's yeah, obviously. Oh, yeah, I was nervous, but when you heard that like the guy next to you.
Looks like he's on the move now. Now, this spot he's in, Eric, how far down, like when he's changing spots like this, how far down do you sort of go once you're not catching a fish from that sort of area and you want to go downstream? Do you sort of give yourself 100 meters, 50 meters? You know,
it depends very, very much on how I fish and how, like if I swing my flies longer, I move longer, but now I will move probably the same amount, but normally you can just take like 2 or 3 steps downstream if you're like in a good if you're in a good area. You just take 2 or 3 steps. I mostly go upstream, but it depends on some things. Yeah, but usually some step will change, like how the nymph goes down in the water, and but in this short amount of time I will just try to find any good spots, really.
What sort of setup do you use in a river like this?
I will probably It depends on if it's deep enough or if depends on the flow and everything, but probably 3 nymphs, one size 14 as point, and maybe 2 size 20 probably.
Yeah. And when you're fishing a river like this, so for the young competitors coming through, we know we've spoken about Jacob over there, who's been talking to me this week over in Slovenia, young guy that's in the juniors, and he's really pumped up. What sort of like angles do you sort of fish? So if you're in the river here, do you fish at 45 degrees upstream, or do you fish downstream, or how do you guys fish over there?
It depends on mostly the flow and what beads you're using. But if it's say it's quite sunny and not and like lower waters, you often want to catch upstreams. But and like swing them like a rod length out, but you can't really say that one thing works for everything. It depends on a lot of things. It's a boring answer, but yeah.
And what's your favorite fly to go to in this sort of river?
I have our own pattern I use all the time. Jonas doesn't know it, but yeah.
Give away any secrets there.
Yeah, but like if you can get away with like if you just have a hair dubbing and hair like just a hair's ear nymph with like a hot spot in front, or like a hot like orange tag. It always works on grilling. It's yeah. Sometimes you can have like darker flies as well, but yeah, it's mostly technique.
Mostly technique.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in this situation, Graham's like almost 12 minutes in, so he's got 18 minutes left.
Graham, you're 12 minutes in. And he's tangling.
Oh, he's got a tangle, has he?
Yeah,
This
Doesn't he have a spare rod?
No.
No.
Why?
This sort of situation, Eric. So he's 12 minutes in a game like this, 30 minutes. How often would you change a fly if you haven't caught a fish within 12 minutes of a 30-minute match? Would you change your flies or just change spots?
I will try. I would probably put on a dry dropper if like the water here it doesn't look too fast. Like just a dry dropper and fish, it's like it's very effective, or swinging wet flies and just trying to like cover very much water. I think when you nymphing, it looks like you're nymphing pretty close. It's very effective, but you don't cover as much water.
Okay. And fishing in Sweden, is it a lot like fishing in? Do you fish basically the same in Finland, being next door country, or?
Yeah, it's very similar. The streams here in Sweden, they differ much depending on where you are, but you can always find a stream that looks close to something in, for example, Finland. Yeah.
We've got Reynolds jumped on. Come on, Graham, you can do this. Are you there, Jonas?
Yeah.
Has he had any takes yet? Or?
No, fish on.
Fish on.
Yeah.
Great.
I actually saw it. It went up for the indicator. The fish, it rised. Fish in the net.
Fish in the net. He's on the board. He'll be happy about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jonas, you might have to put on a dry.
yeah, yeah. That was weird. I saw the fish attack the indicator. It splashed,
Yeah.
and then he got the fish. So
Yeah.
So with seeing that now, Jonas, will you change your tactics, or are you gonna
No.
go stick to your game plan?
yeah, I'm sticking to my game.
Yeah.
It's the best. You shouldn't change
No.
very much before a competition, because then it all goes to hell.
Yeah. Is it play with your mind if you start to
Yeah.
change what you want to do?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And being in that sort of situation, if you've got a game plan, just say you're out on a lake fishing with another another country guy, and they're catching a lot of fish, do you just stick to your game plan, or you try and do what they're doing, or?
I would
you-
change to similar things if
Yeah.
like you're in your boat partner catches a lot of fish and you catch nothing. Yeah, I will change.
Yeah. So, Jonas, will you be starting in the same spot, back upstream, or?
Yeah, not as far up. Maybe I start around here where he is now, and then
Yeah.
fish down.
It looks
Because-
like you have a pretty good spot, like to the
Yeah,
side
because-
of yeah.
Yeah, and when we fished this morning, I didn't really hook into fish until we got down here. So, and it's usually more fish downstream from here. So
Yeah. And did you keep that from Graham? You didn't tell him that one?
yeah, I know I told him, but he was very. He wanted to start up there because he caught a few fish up there. So
Yeah.
I told him, you can fish anywhere. I don't care. There's fish enough for both of us in here. So
And Eric, would you highly recommend if people were just starting out fly fishing, especially at sort of a younger age, would you recommend then to get into competition fishing straight away because it improves your fishing, or?
Yeah, I would, but it's like yeah, I think it's all when you're like new, it's always fun to catch fish. So and you learn many like competition tricks and things to catch more fish, obviously. But I wouldn't just buy a fly rod and start competing right away, because you're probably going to come last, and it's not that fun to come last and feel very disappointed right when you start. But yeah.
Jonas, what do you know what flies Graham's got on at the moment?
yeah, something I tied for him yesterday. So it's pink beaded, kind of hare's ears nymphs, and I think he has some TT nymphs as well, some fish and tails on.
Yeah.
So he's
Because-
got just done. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh no, he had quite big flies in his box, so I said, you're not gonna catch fish on that. I had to help him a little bit.
He's got 11 and a half minutes to go.
Yeah.
Graham, 11 minutes left. 11 minutes left.
Yeah, at this time I'd probably put on a squirmy actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like swing the squirmy everywhere. Yeah. Even if it's like sagging in the top column, fish like rises on it. So yeah, you can fish the squirmy downstream as a dry fly. Well, dry, yeah, but it's like top. Yeah.
And when Eric, when you go to a river beat and stuff like that, what sort of things are you looking for in the river when you're planning your beat on how you're going to fish it? What sort of, are you looking for big rocks in the water, or what type of things are you looking for?
Basically where I think food are probably, like, you look for things like food and protection, and if it depends a lot on the weather, but if it's like if it's hot, they're probably going to be in the colder water, and if it's very warm, they probably be in a deep hole or something. But
Yep. We saw down there, I think it was Sector 1, Florent, I think it was, someone was fishing in the really warm weather, and they were in sort of a still sort of water, but they then realised, because it was so warm, they should have fished where it was like faster water, where
Yeah.
oxygen. That's so when it's cold, like do they sit in the deep or sit in the slower water when it's cold weather?
It depends much on the stream, but like they want protection, oxygen, food, and like the water temperatures, right? Yeah, but sometimes when the water's, if the water is low, they can be in very strange places, and if the water is high, there'll be totally different spots. It's like a challenge every time. So
what sort of depth would you be fishing? Like we see grains out there at the moment, sort of shin high deep water. Would you be looking for?
Yeah,
be
but
trying to
it
like place
drops
deep?
off. It drops off really fast out there.
Okay.
So it's shin deep a little bit, and then you can be up to your waist in no time. So
Now, Jonas, I was speaking to you the other day. Will we see you swim today?
that's possible. Yeah, it happened yesterday. So and Graham took a little swim earlier today also. So
Did he?
because it's there are funny stones in this river. They are very round and they are loose, so they move a lot when you walk on them. So it's easy to take your yearly bath.
We've got James Thompson here, 1-0 to the Wolf. Come on, Reggie boy. So he's got just over 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And if he can get himself to say 5 fish, if he finds a nice little school there, anything can happen, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is it different from when
the thing is he's walking where the fish are, but
okay.
yeah, I think he's like, it looks like he's in between two currents. Yeah,
he's
I'm probably
between, so
standing in the current.
but it's a nice part outside as well, but he
Yeah,
didn't fish it through.
Let's hope he catches a couple more.
Yeah, because he must catch more. Yeah, fish on. Or
Fish
no,
on?
yeah.
no, lost it.
No.
Fish.
Because there are a lot of fish out here.
Yeah.
There's 6 minutes left.
Yeah, it looks like he stands. He has a very good spot right in front of him, and
Yeah.
downstream as well.
Oh,
Do you
fuck, he
guys
lost another one.
Oh,
Did he?
Yeah.
do you know what tippet he's using?
I think it's 0.12.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
And we spoke about Jonas. We spoke about tippet on Thursday.
Yeah, fish on.
Fish on.
Yeah.
Nervous times. You won't want to drop this one.
No. Fish in net.
Fish in the net.
Yeah. It's a nice grayling.
Yeah.
So right now you've basically got to get one fish every 10 minutes to beat him.
Yeah.
So far, if you can get a couple more, but as we saw, I think, like if we look back, Jonas, you're practicing for the Phipps Moosh Worlds. And,
Yeah.
you're getting a lot of fish and stuff in the rivers,
Yeah.
and then comes game times. It's sort of
Yeah.
it's a bit tough, isn't it? When you
Yeah, it's
get in.
completely different. You can get some kind of understanding of the flies on a practice like that, but then you always know when you get to the comp or to the beat you're gonna fish, it's never the same as in practice. Never.
Yeah.
So
you should just forget about how many you caught in practice when you go into a comp, or
yeah, both yes and no. It's a hard question, but because you try so many flies and you narrow it down to maybe 3 patterns or 4 patterns that works the best, and that's what you're gonna use on the competition. So it's more about that. But then it can be like it was on my first session in Finland, that those flies didn't work in that beat. So I had to change a lot of changes before I find a fly.
and
Yeah, I probably go with. I don't use that many
Fish on.
patterns.
fish
Okay.
on.
Yeah, I'm mostly practicing like hook sets and stuff, just to get the
Fish
feeling.
in the net.
Fish in the net. So he's got 3 minutes left.
Graham, 3 minutes.
Yeah. So what were you saying again, Eric?
Yeah, I want to, like, if I lose lot of fish on practice, I want to often find out why, like if my hook set is wrong or something. Oh yeah, things like that. And I mostly don't change. I don't have that many patterns I go around on my. So it's like it's mostly like perfecting the technique and stuff on practice.
Well, last 2 minutes. Do you think
Yeah,
you
and
can
he's
get?
tangling.
He's tangling. That's gonna
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Quick question for those guys that just starting out fly fishing or competitive fly fishing. We'll cross to you, Eric. Is it really most important to try not to let that fish come to the surface when you're bringing it in, or you got to try and keep the fish underwater until you get it close to you, or what's the go there?
It depends on the size of the fish, because if it's a small fish, you can just launch it in the air. I think everything under maybe 30 centimeters, you can just throw up in the air and catch. But bigger fish, like you want the hook set to be in the same direction as the line goes up in the water, and you want to fight the fish with the rod upstream. and if it's bigger fish, you kind of want to be downstream the fish. I think I don't know who I saw, but there's some YouTube videos from other competitors who explains it very well, but it depends on the size of the fish, basically.
Yeah, we've got 40 seconds to go.
40 seconds.
Can he get one more? It'll be great to see him get one. So Jonas has got 5
Oh,
to go.
fuck, he missed one.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah.
But that's fishing, like, you know, I think you guys probably lose just as many as you catch in competition. From 10 seconds.
10
I
seconds.
wouldn't say that.
If he hooks one, 3, 2, 1, that's game over. Time. So Graham, he did say 3 to 5 fish. He managed 3. Now that's pretty low score in this, but it is a 30-minute game. But what we'll do, we'll give you guys 2 minutes changeover, and we'll cross to back over to Eric. What did you think of Graham there, mate? Did you think he fished the right spots?
I probably be 5 meters downstream and 5 meters in and fish below him, basically. It looked like a very good pool where the currents meet. Yeah.
So
But you did good, man.
Those guys that have just jumped on, so it's a 2 30-minute games here.
Now you tell me.
Just because they couldn't grab a cameraman, unfortunately, just for the first game. But the rest of the game's going to be 1 hour, both fishing at the same time. But do you think Graham's in with a chance, Eric?
It depends a lot on how, like, if I think Jonas will catch more fish, actually, but it's hard to say. I'm guessing maybe 10 fish for Jonas.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we'll make sure that Jonas, even if he does pass the score of 3 fish, we'll get him to keep fishing for the full 30 minutes. I think we're nearly ready. So let's cross back down to Graham. Are you there, Graham? I'm not sure if we've got him or not. He might have to unmute himself.
Hey, Josh, you hear me?
Yeah, got you, mate. We got you.
You may give me a second to... that was tough, man. It's just full, intense, half an hour. Very intense. You don't even have a second to breathe. And, of course, on the second or third cast, I got tangled up. So I just had to work with that for the last 20 minutes. But I picked up a fish or 2 at the end. So, I mean, yeah, I'm happy enough with that.
How many did you drop? Many fish or?
Yeah, I think I got a lot of taps. I lost 2 just under the water. So yeah, I had a decent bit of action for half an hour. I managed to get myself into some tough places to wade, as you might have seen. Like this, you have big boulders out there, and you could be dropping into like 2 meters. So you have to be very careful here.
Yeah. So we didn't see you swim. Do you think we're going to see Jonas have a swim?
Well, he tends to have a bit more confidence from wading. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see him maybe very close to the other side, which is very deep.
Nice. Well,
what you got to do?
We'll get this straight underway. Is Jonas ready to go?
Det är bra, Jonas. Det är redo. He's ready, boys.
All right, so I'll count down from 3, and then we'll get cracking. So you ready? 3, 2, 1, and go.
Go.
All right, so this is going to be interesting. He needs 4 fish to win.
Oh no.
What sort of flies were you using, Graham?
I was thrown out very small Frenchy variants, PT nymphs, and a hair, kind of a pink beaded hare's ear. I think I got most of them on that actually.
Yeah.
Size 3mm bead and 14 to 16 size haddock hook.
Yeah.
So quite small.
Is Jonas using the same flies?
I think, yeah, similar, just different types of variants, but similar size, similar bead size, yeah, similar color as well. Copper.
1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing I will probably try is small, like small purple perdigons. They often work very well there.
Yeah, absolutely. I tend to agree.
Yeah.
He might even have one of those on. Fish on.
Fish on.
Fish in the net.
Fish in the net.
Right
Quick
on that.
start.
Yeah. Knows where to pick them.
Yeah.
Has Jonas fished this area a lot more than you have?
Yeah, a lot more. And I'm not making any excuses, but yeah, being honest, he knows this water a lot better than me. Like, I mean, I fished it 3 or 4 times this year, maybe twice last year. Well, that was it really. Like, I mean, he's had the SM, you know, Swedish Masters in this whole area, like every year. So,
Yeah.
you know, he knows what he's doing. Like, definitely.
We've got Tom O'Connor's jumped on. And he said, "What's the temperature of the water over there?"
Good question, Tom. I'd say at the moment now, I lost one. At the moment, you're looking at about 12, 13 degrees, 12 and a half degrees, I think, when I checked this morning. It drops, temperature drops very quickly here. You know, especially we're a lot higher up here in the Dalarna, just above central Sweden, so you're a little bit higher up than most of the south, so you're going to have that couple of degrees temperature change.
Yeah. So if we cross back to you, Eric, what sort of ideal temperature would you want to be fishing in? You have like an ideal temperature?
Everything maybe 14 to 20 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on the species, but yeah.
If
Maybe
you're
16 to 18 on trout and grayling. Yeah.
Yeah. And is there a different method if the water's colder? What sort of
Probably
Fish on.
brighter flies.
Okay.
Like for grayling, like just lots of
Fish in the
pink
net.
dubbing.
Fish in the net.
On this competition, I definitely will fish a squirmy. Actually, it's a very, very good fly.
Yeah, I think Jonas has that on his point actually.
Yeah, I talked about it before that I will definitely put one on. And so yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it produced on the after interviews. See if we did actually get any on it. Be interesting to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you have a squirmy fish, on the first swing, they almost always take the squirmy because they don't even look at the other nymphs. But when it has gone through some rounds, they probably sometimes they take the nymphs. But
Yeah.
We've got Dave O'Donovan's jumped on, and he said tougher than everyone thinks, and he said good on you, Graham.
Thanks very much, Davey. Appreciate it. Miss all you guys back home. I did my best, you know. I mean, I was the underdog going into this match. I'm usually quite gracious, but I fished hard for half an hour. No, I didn't blank, so that was the main thing.
Yeah.
Very, very hard wading here. Like, you know, it's not really what we'd be used to back home. Like, you know, like the Nore, you'd have a lot, you know, you'd have nice wading, small silty beats and small kind of shale, small stones. Here, like, if you're wading out past that rock there, fish on.
Fish on.
Fish in the net.
Fish in the net. The scores are level. And we are just over 5 minutes in. We've got 24 and a half minutes to go. Just for those guys who just joined us again, we'll just recap why this situation is. We've got 30 minutes. Graham went first. We flipped the coin, or flipped the matchbox. Graham went first. Then Jonas second. This is due to the cameramans. They couldn't actually make it. So we've had to go to the judges and come up with a plan for this first game, and we came up with they'll fish 30 minutes and then the other person will go out and fish 30 minutes to see if they can beat their score, and this will determine who comes up against who in tomorrow's game. So second game coming up a little bit later on, Kirk Lewis up against Danny Sizik. So the winner of this match will play the winner of that match in tomorrow's game, and the loser will be playing against the loser of the next match, who will make it through to the world final in
Fish on.
Fish on.
Fish in the net.
Fish in the net. He's hit the lead, so Jonas will be playing the winner of the next game. How many do you think he's going to get, Graham?
I mean, that's the exact same place I was fishing there. He's obviously hit a pocket of them. Usually when you find a grayling, you're going to get a lot of them in that area. Especially around here, we tend to really hook up together. I can see him getting over 10 maybe. I'd say 12.
And how did you go? How did you feel, Graham, when you were practicing and then it's actually game on? You're out there and the clock is ticking. Did it play with your mind at all? Or?
Yeah, constantly. It's just a different. You know, you're never entirely in that adrenaline rush when you're practicing, because you tend to, you know, calm it down a little bit. But when you're fishing for that half an hour, it's just the adrenaline just drives you on. Like, I mean, I was wading there. I was, you know, probably going a bit too much for my comfort zone. You know, I didn't know what was in front of me. But in the practice sessions, you are like really careful around here. But in the half an hour, I was like, you know, gung ho. Yeah.
Nice.
Fish on.
Fish on.
Yeah. Fish in the net.
Fish in the net.
Draw, Jonas.
Nice.
20 minutes left.
We have 21, just over 21 and a half minutes to go.
21 and a half minutes left.
Now, Eric, looking at where Jonas is now, if you were to walk straight out there, is that where you'd be standing?
Yeah, I think, I probably a little bit lower, but I think Jonas will move there soon.
Fish on.
Fish on.
Yeah, it's looked like he's catching them below him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On the swing, like. I think they're taking them, and there's a. I mean, I got 2 there maybe last couple of minutes, and now he's picking them off just one by one now.
Yeah.
He's found the honey hole.
This is the exact same spot where you finished up, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exact same spot.
So you just basically just ran out of time before you hit these honey hole.
I could, yeah, exactly, Josh. Could have got a few more, but look, it is what it is. I left him a few, that's why.
You get another crack tomorrow, mate, and are you going to be changing tactics for tomorrow?
Yeah, I have a few things I'm thinking of, in the sense of leader setup. Let me down today. I think I have another idea. I have another option that I think is going to work. And I'm gonna tie up a few flies tonight and be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, tie up a lot of squirmers.
Yeah, I think I have the material for that, Eric. So I'll be giving that a go.
Yeah,
for sure.
You can put.
Yeah,
you
it's
can,
like it's a very deadly grilling pattern, no doubt.
Yeah.
Will
It
you
just has
be
so much
using...
movement in the water.
Yeah. Will you be using any spare rods to cope with the tangling and everything?
That is actually something I thought of this morning, Eric, on breakfast. Fish on, and
Yeah.
but that's a nice one. Fish in the net.
fish in the net.
Yeah, I just never got around to it. I think it slipped my mind or something. And now that you mention it, kind of kicking myself that I didn't have a rod set up just on the bank here.
Yeah, I will probably have 5 or 6 rods, depending on like if there are like a lot of branches and stuff in the water. Yeah, you're going to tangle and you don't want to waste
Just
time.
a lot of bigger rocks under where you just can't see them, so you're getting caught up on those as well. So you literally have no room for error when you're nymphing here.
Yeah, when you have those big rocks, it's probably a good idea to only have one nymph on, and you get around the rocks in a different way.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely another option.
Looking at this, Graham, and you've got 1 hour. You're going to be hitting it out 1 hour tomorrow. We see Jonas is fishing a lot more downstream than what you were. Will you be that tactic tomorrow, or?
It could well be, Josh. I mean, for half an hour's tight, and I think only in the last 10 minutes I started to feel comfortable as I was hitting a few fish, and then to have that extra 40 minutes then tomorrow, could be more productive. Fish on. Night lost.
Fish on. Lost him.
Lost.
Yeah. Did he caught it between the rocks or on the right?
Oh, he's gone. Right, Jonas. That's it, right, Jonas. Giving us all a show. He hooked into that on the right hand side, but then he played the fish below it.
Okay. Yeah.
So now he's into good water here now. Because if I had an hour, I would have been fishing all this here. So he's definitely into good grayling territory here now.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 10 meters across. It looks like a very, very good pool.
Yeah, and here all is much easier to wade and get out to that fast run there. That's primarily where, I'd like to throw a few flies in. Yeah. And then here it's just really hard to wade. Now he's getting into smaller stone here, so we see what he's going to do now.
Eric, did you when you started and stuff? Were you in the youth Swedish team? That was how I got in the. I didn't know about competition fly fishing before, and then I got picked for the team, and I loved it. Yeah, it was very fun. So at this stage, even though it's 30-minute game, Jonas has actually secured himself to the world final.
He's going to be very happy with that.
He's going to be very happy. So we will see Jonas Island. And you
have the Irish whiskey ready for him.
We could see you there also, Graham. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. This has been a blast. This has been amazing. This is something relatively new to me as well for the last couple of years. I did a bit of small competition fishing in Ireland, but nothing, this big. So it's a learning curve for me as well, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. As Peter Driver said, actually, Sector 2, he said that, look, get in, enter it, enjoy yourself, have the experience. It's an adrenaline rush, if anything.
Yeah,
So I agree with him.
We heard from Tom O'Connor, who beat Mark Driver there in Sector 2 in the grand final, and he's saying how much of a adrenaline rush this format of this type of fly fishing competition is.
It's crazy, Josh. Yeah, it's like once you get into that first pool and you give the guys to go ahead, take your first cast. It's just constant. Like, you don't have a second for error. Like,
Tom O'Connor's just commented. He said every second counts. So 100% preparation in a large river like this, Graham. It would be better to have a whole cast ready. Just rip the old one off.
Yeah, we were sitting on the bank this morning. We ended up talking about silly things when we really could have been, getting a few leaders set up. Like, yeah, I have 4 more rods in the back of Jonas's trunk, so I think I'll take you up on Eric's advice and have a couple of rods ready tomorrow.
Yeah, if you know where you're going to fish, I will. Yeah. You would need like the foam rings with like prepared rigs on.
Yeah, we have a couple of those.
Yeah, I think I just bought loads of them from Wish actually, so it's good to have, and it saves a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly.
And Eric, as you found out, like in the Worlds in Finland, was the time, even though it's a 3-hour match, was the time every second counts still in a long version?
Yeah, it was like every second counts. You don't want to stand and tangle stuff in your net, or you just you caught the fish, you just run into the bank and then run out again in the same spot and just fish as effectively as you can.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
most times there was only one or two fish difference, and it really helps on like the placing points and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, and I probably lost about 10 minutes fiddling around my leader and flies. I mean, so technically, I was really only fishing for 20 minutes. Like, you have, as Tom O'Connor said, you literally can't lose a second.
Yeah.
Graham, what would you say was the error in your leader? Was it your fin or something like that?
Yeah, I'd mixed up the droppers with a different type of X. Like, my main leader was thicker, and I had smaller ones. I might have had a problem with certain types of sizes of flies. I think I had one fly was too heavy on the dropper, so it didn't all sit together for me. So I noticed after the 4th or 5th cast, I was starting to get a bit of tangle.
Yeah.
So it was simple things like that, silly mistakes. Well, you learn as you go forward.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I just mixed up the strength of my tippet, like.
When you see Eric, when you're looking at where Jonas is now, and he's got that bit of white water to his right there, does the fish tend to sit underneath that white water, above the white water?
Usually trout can be right on the edge where the white water is, like a couple of centimeters from like where everything comes. And but it depends on weather and the fish moves, but and like above it as well, actually. It's you can't really say like there's no fish there and there's fish there, but it just yeah, it doesn't hurt to place your fly steer.
Yeah, that's sort of the first area you'd be looking at.
I probably in the 30 minutes, it's much faster to go downstream. But if you have an hour, I will go upstream probably, just because you probably scare maybe a couple of fish less than you would if you can fish more upstream, like straight upstream, but it depends on some things, but yeah, it's faster to go downstream. So
Fish on.
Fish on.
Small fish in the net. Smallest fish in Sweden. A fish is a fish. Bra där, Jonas! It was literally 3 centimeters.
yeah.
I would. That actually might have been a white fish. I'm not quite sure on that. And we're gonna have to talk to him about that. Could have been a small grayling, but there's a chance that could have been a what do you call it in Sweden? A seek?
I don't think there's any white fish in that. Seek, but you're probably thinking of roach or löja. If some white fish. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him about that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you guys that are competition fly fishermen, and especially you, Eric, who's just come back from the Worlds, where this format where every fish counts, doesn't matter the size, so the actual skill of hooking a fish and bringing it in and not having that sort of, was it big enough or wasn't big enough, just catching that fish and making that count. Do you like that sort of format, or would you rather see fish have to be measured to see how big it is?
I think it's more fun to watch like this when you don't have to run into the controller and get it measured. But it's hard to say, but you're going to catch more fish if you don't have to run into the bank every time. But I think like in fly fishing, like there is a thing, like the size of the fish counts, obviously. Like you're more happy to catch a big trout than a small trout. So yeah, I think it should matter. So I think you should measure fish.
Yeah. We've got Graham, we've got James Thompson here. He said, it's a pity you weren't casting for Guinness, mate. You would have smashed it.
Oh, you're dead right, man. Would have smashed it. I would have won in the first 10 minutes. No, unfortunately, I might maybe win later with a few celebratory drinks for Jonas.
So he's now got just under 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, and he 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Jonas, 7 minutes left. He's going to concentrate now, and he's going to fish as much as he can down along here. There's a lovely run down here.
Yeah.
So he'll. Eric's probably familiar with lower Vemfushen. You know, you have the white water here. This is the bottom of Vemfushen. So he's gonna work his way down there. What his plan was.
It looks very good.
Yeah, the water levels are amazing. You know, so should hold a few fish.
Everyone that's out there watching, leave a comment about what you think of this format of the game, this 30 minutes versus 30 minutes, if you like that. Be interesting to hear. The fish on?
He was just about to recast, and he got it just the last second. Fish in the net.
Fish in the net.
So that fish took it on there just as he was lifting the cast again.
It wasn't a dry fly, was it?
No.
Yeah. The fish might thought the squirmy was rising to lay eggs or something.
Exactly. Jonas with a dry fly. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I've never seen it, and I don't think I will see it
No,
ever.
no, no.
Would you ever change to a dry fly, Eric?
Yeah, in some situations where you have wild fish, and you come after a person who's really good at nymphing, for example, at the worlds, like in the last on the last session, I only caught on dries, and like people have been putting nymphs and everywhere, so I figured dries were a better approach. But yeah, it on the worlds it's a different, if you it's different from just going out and fish. But yeah.
Graham, we've got Tom O'Connor. He said, in hindsight, what would you change after knowing what happened in your 30 minutes? What would you change?
I had, Eric did mention maybe go for less flies, maybe. Less chance of thread ups and getting a bird's nest in your leader. I in that half an hour, I probably would not have waded out so far into that more fish on, fish in the net.
Fish in the net.
I probably wouldn't have got myself into a hard wading area so early on. Definitely lost time there as well. Maybe could have even went with 16s on a 2.5 3 mil bead. Flies might have been a little bit big for me, so I'll be changing that tactic, I think, tomorrow.
3 minutes to go.
3 minutes, Jonas.
Yeah,
so
you can also have like a sacrificial fly on the point and drag it along the bottom, but it depends on how the bottom are. Yeah.
The bottom here is stony and weedy, and the bigger stones tend to gather a lot more of that kind of river weed. Sometimes if you get hung up in it, you can get your fly out of it, but there's always a chance that it's really stuck in there. Like, come here, Jonas.
Last 2 minutes. 2 minutes 20 seconds.
1 minute that. 1 minute that.
Eric, from your competition, when you go or finish a competition straight away, do you analyze what you did, what you should have done, or what you could have done, or anything like that, and take it into the next competition? Or because it's very hard to know when you go in there until afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah, I probably will write down stuff I think of right there and then, but I analyze it, and I have like a few mentors that I have, like I can talk to them afterwards, but I usually don't analyze and think of things right away. Yeah.
So there's 1 minute 20 seconds. Will we seeing grab another one?
Yeah, there's fish here. He's fighting hard for one more. Very big chance. He's gonna still fishing this nice run. It's not so deep. It's fast water coming off here from the rapids there, but then it tends to slow a bit before it goes into more rapids. So this whole area is really nice.
Yeah, I was pretty spot on with 10 fish. Yeah, I
yeah, very good.
And
fish on. You were wrong, Eric. No, he lost it.
He lost it, so he's right. 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
One more. And Graham,
fish on. Sorry, Josh. Fish on.
Good.
Good action here. Come on now, in the net, buddy. Up in the net. Yeah, draw in the net.
Yeah, good one.
Net. Nice work. We have 15 seconds left.
15 sekunder kvar.
Five seconds. And
Yeah.
game over.
Game over. Stop. Draw that.
Game over. Awesome job. We'll
Yeah.
we'll be
Yeah.
speaking. We'll speak straight away to We'll go straight to Jonas as soon as he
Yeah, I
gets
just
out of the
need to
river.
wait
But Eric, now Jonas is qualified. Eric, we really would have loved to have seen you into this. I was searching for you everywhere in the worlds in
Yeah.
Finland when I was over there filming. you even gave me the beats that you were at, but I just couldn't find them.
Yeah.
But it'll be great to see you in this. Unfortunately, didn't make it for Sector 3, but I'm sure.
Yeah,
we'll see
I will probably be competing for next year. Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah, sweet. Sounds awesome. Let's
Yeah.
let's
Bra
cross
jobbat.
over. Yeah, let's cross over.
Helvete. Det är jobbigt.
Let's cross over to Jonas. Jonas, mate, congratulations, bud.
Sorry, Josh. 1 second, Josh.
Yeah, we've got you now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mate, 11 fish. Are you happy with 11 fish?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, but you've actually, even though it was a 30-minute game, you've actually now cemented your spot in the world final, and Graham will be competing against the loser of the next match to try and get himself there as well. But congratulations, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it?
Nice.
Yeah. So you're now qualified for the world final. And Eric, is there any questions you got for Graham?
For Graham, I was wondering what if Jonas caught many fish on the squirmy or not.
No,
Yeah.
no score miss.
Oh,
No
you
squirm.
didn't.
There was a wink there too. So. Is this sort of fly fishing tactics or?
No, most were actually on the nymphs.
Oh,
I think three or four were only on the worm.
okay.
Yeah.
So they took the nymphs.
What sort of nymph was it?
It's a pink beaded one with size 16 pink bead and gray dubbing and
Yeah.
CDC color, so it's nothing special.
Nice, awesome, mate. Well, congratulations once again. What will you guys be? Will you be fishing a bit more today?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I have to comfort Graham a little bit.
Well, awesome, guys, and I'm sure that you'll be giving Graham some tips this afternoon for his next match tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, so Graham, you're going to go out and trial a few things ready for your match tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into the little town and maybe get some lunch, and then we're gonna be just out till dark.
Yeah.
We'll probably watch the other live match later. Definitely, yeah. But we'll have loads of hours left in the day, so I got to try some new things.
Just so you know, Jonas, you will now be competing against the winner of the next match, and your game tomorrow. The winner out of your game tomorrow will get themselves a very handy Icon fishing net, landing net, which is donated from a great sponsor, Icon Fishing Products. So you got something to play for tomorrow, and then Graham, you'll be trying to get that third world final spot back in your home country. So
You
both
picked
got
up my
something
sleeve.
to play
Well, I was saving them for Sunday anyway. I forgot to tell you that.
for. Nice. All right.
That's been awesome.
Awesome effort, guys. And it was a pity about the camera crew, but it is what it is. And now tomorrow you'll get that 1 hour shot. And have you got any figures you're looking at? What sort of, how many?
So Jonas could be pulling in, I don't know. Yeah. It's a good spot we're thinking of tomorrow as well.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be good. It could go either way. You know, I mean, I'd be happy if I could easily hit maybe 15, 20 in an hour if the fish are there, which we know they are in the area. So if I have the right flies on, size, few tweaks of a few small things that I can change that I didn't do today. So if I get that right, then everything has to really come together. Like, it's not just throwing a line out and hoping for the best. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
See what happens. All right, guys. Well done. We'll wrap it up now. And awesome job. And thanks for going
congratulations,
into the 30-minute
Jonas.
match. And we want to say a big thanks to Eric as well. Thanks, mate, for giving up your time. You're over there on a break at the moment and jumped on to come on the show. So thanks a lot, mate. And
glad to be here.
And hopefully we'll see you on Fly Fish Live again.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, good luck, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Well, anyway, guys.
Thanks, George. Take care. Bye.
See you later. Stay there on the line, guys. But
okay.
But what we want to say is, so now Jonas has cemented his spot in the qualifiers for the World Final. So we've got Tom Jarman, Noel Shapiro, Tom O'Connor, Mark Driver, Sean Marr, and now Jonas Olson. And there's 2 spots left. So Danny Sizik is up against Kirk Lewis a bit later on. It's about another 4.5 hours away for that match. And then the winner of that one will go through to the World Final, and the loser will come up against Graham tomorrow to try and get that final spot in the World Final. So looking forward to that one. The two guys, we've got Danny's over there in Pennsylvania in the USA and Kirk Lewis over there in Colorado. So stay tuned for that one. Check out social media. I'll put a post up just in case you forget. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Finland time, 6 p.m. Swedish time, and 10 a.m. over there in Colorado, and 12 lunchtime for Danny over there in Pennsylvania. So check it out, and we look forward to seeing you very soon. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Welcome back to Series 2, Sector 3. Let's see who's going to make that World Final with Jonas Olson. We'll see you soon.